opening, we will have Coach offer an opening statement.
Well, good morning, everyone. You just wanted to start off, and our thoughts and prayers are with Coach Bowden, Miss Ann. The news came out yesterday about the condition with Coach Bowden, and I just want to reference, his words. As he's at home, as he's resting, he talked about being at peace. And I think that even speaks to the legacy of who he is and what he's all about. Because that's what life is about. To be able to go through a journey and to be in a challenging place and a challenging moment and be able to be at peace because of the impact that he's made, because of the man that he is, the coach that forever changed a university and a place, but just a tremendous example. I'm so grateful for the opportunity and the relationship that I have and have been able to form with Coach Bowden, and just for who he is and the impact that he's made. And to Coach Bowden, we love you. We thank you. And as he's resting there at home, just to know that we're thinking about you, and just so grateful for the impact that you've made, that you continue to make by who you are. And just wanted to open up with that from all of the Seminole family to Coach Bowden and Miss Ann and the entire family. We're thinking about you and we love you.
Coach, thank you. Folks, as we have done yesterday and we will continue to do today, we have microphones that are roving throughout the room. If you would, please identify yourselves and the agency that you are with. Coach may or may not know you, but we can say that with the bright lights up at the top, it'd be a little bit hard to recognize you because the room is fairly dark from up there. So our microphones are set. We will move to our front row here. Coach, to your left, right at the edge for our first question of the morning.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Coach, your first year at Florida State, a pandemic year. Just what you can say about navigating through that first year and what you can really take from it, because it was such a unique year, and at the same time you were trying to obviously establish some culture there for yourself.
Absolutely. I think unique is an understatement to the year that we just experienced, but I'm grateful for this year. And people can easily point to the challenges of what we experienced and the things that we had to go through, but I'm grateful to be able to have been a part of it with this team. With the guys that I get to coach, and as we come in, and there's been a lot of change at Florida State over the last few years, and to be able to be with my players and with our coaches, it provided an opportunity through each challenge to be an example of how you respond. And that was something that we talked about throughout the course of this last year. Something we still talk about today is how you respond to all those situations. There were moments of this last year that we saw great highs. We had a big win, a top 5 win, and then there were moments of great lows. There were things that we had to adapt, adjust, but we were able to do it together. And I believe that's really helped set the foundation of and build the trust throughout our team of who we are, what we're gonna, what we're aspiring to do, and where we're aspiring to go. And so I'm grateful for the challenges that we got to experience, and I'm grateful for the relationships that have been built through those challenges and what that really sets us up to do here moving forward. But we're extremely excited about the year that's ahead, excited about the personnel that we have, the guys that we get to coach, and the opportunity that's in front of us to help get Florida State back to where it deserves to be.
Coach, to your right about the fifth row.
Hey, Coach Mike, Chris Heidel from Herbiston Radio in Baltimore. Thanks for taking some time this morning. Talk about the two quarterbacks, Milton and Travis. What do they bring to the table for the offense?
The two incredible players, but also incredible young men. And who they are on the field, they're playmakers. And I think you've seen that throughout the course of their careers. Jordan this past season, did some remarkable things through some extreme challenges. Dealing with injuries, missed time, continuing to grow and respond throughout that year. And with McKenzie and his story, somebody that I had a great familiarity with, having to compete against him, but now getting a chance to coach him day in and day out. They're two young men that they bring it every day. The appreciation for the opportunity, the appreciation for what it takes in the process to grow and develop, but then also an appreciation for who they get to do it with. There's a lot of guys that go through college football with just a sole focus on themselves. Those two young men, and they care about, who they get to be with, and who they get to represent on their journey. And they're a joy to coach every single day, and to see them compete with each other. The quarterback position is unique, and those guys are both battling, bringing out the best of themselves and bringing out the best of each other in how they grow and how they develop and what they do, on the field, off the field, in the weight room, on the practice field, and you're really tremendous leaders for our program.
Coach, to your left, third row, right in the middle.
Bob Holliday, WRL.com. Good morning, Coach. Florida State, the school of Peter Boulware, Reinhard Wilson, and some of the all-time great pass rushers in the ACC, had barely one sack a game last year. Would you talk about the impact of Jermaine Johnson on your pass rush and getting the heat on the quarterback in traditional Seminole style?
That was something that was a big focus for our staff. As we were going into this year, we know that we need to have that impact. There on our defensive front, and Jermaine's a young man that has shown the ability to do that at a very high level throughout the course of his collegiate career, and an opportunity to come to Florida State and to be a guy that can truly help be a face of the defense, and the embrace that he's had, much like we just talked about with the quarterbacks. It's easy to point to the opportunity that he's looking for, but the thing that's been most impressive to me is from day one, he is really poured into those guys on that defensive front, talking about the expectation, talking about the challenge, talking about the investment in being able to make an impact in everything they do from the practice field to the weight room, because that has to be a strength for us. It is when you look through the years of our program and the great history that we have, that has always been a staple. And it needs to return to that. And I think Jermaine is a guy, the sky's the limit for what he can accomplish. People look through his career, there at his last institution, and you saw the pass rush ability, you saw the impact that he could make. The thing that I've been most pleased with is his commitment in the run game and how hard he's practiced and the physicality that he's shown. He's truly looking to be the complete player and helping bring guys around him that are going to help elevate that, like Kier Thomas, like Fabian Levitt, like guys on that defensive front that have great talent and have an opportunity to get us back to where we need to be.
Coach, to your right, the only way I know how to describe it is the phone on the monopod to the far right.
Hey, Coach Norvell, Tyler Crowder from Kicking It with Crowder podcast. Going into your second year, how important is it to get full spring practice, summer camp, fall camp? How important is that for your team and yourself?
It's been great to kind of get into that rhythm and the daily expectation of what's to come. This summer was really just a joy to be a part of, just to see our guys going through that 8-week program and getting that time with Coach Storms, our Director of Strength and Conditioning. The work that they're putting in together, it's something that's necessary, because it's each of those experiences, the opportunity to invest the work. That's how you build the continuity. That's how you build the relationships. We've got a handful of transfers and freshmen that have come in and have joined this program that that they're building their way, and they're being able to invest and go through the challenges of the workouts, go through the spring practice, and really put on display their identity and the impact that they're going to be able to make within our program. And so I'm grateful for the spring and all that we were able to accomplish, leading that into summer, and really excited about fall camp that's ahead.
Coach, your last two questions are going to come from the front row to your left. We're going to go back to Dan first.
Coach, to go back to McKenzie, going up against him in the American, just what you can say about what really fit in that conversation that you had with McKenzie to bring him into Florida State, and why it worked for you, and why you feel like it's going to ultimately work for him potentially.
Well, McKenzie is the ultimate competitor, and we had some of the greatest games, I think, in college football history, going against each other, and just seeing the way that he would respond, getting to see the impact that he made, not only on the field with his physical ability, but also making guys around him better, and the person that he is what truly makes him special, and kind of how he helped change a culture there at a place, and the success that followed that, and when McKenzie and I got a chance to connect and talk about this opportunity, that's what I promised him. I promised an opportunity to come and compete. Right, that's what he was looking for, and that's what we were looking for. Is somebody could come in, the leadership that he provides, the way that he embraces that process. I think it makes everybody around him better. And last year we were the youngest football team in all of college football, and to be able to bring in guys like McKenzie, like Jermaine, like here, that have come in and played a tremendous amount of football and have had that success, but also the way that they embrace the process of growth and preparation. I think it's really provided a great example for our young guys and what they can expect and what they can do. They're in that locker room when coaches aren't around, and so we're all excited about that opportunity. And I definitely believe McKenzie's going to make the most of it each and every day.
Staying on that front row, but a little bit further to your left.
Tyler Everett, Sports Business Journal. Coach, just want to get your thoughts on the opportunities via NIL and some of the things you've emphasized to your players and talks about their approach to these opportunities. I'm grateful that these guys have an opportunity now to benefit off their name, image, and likeness. And we've tried to be very proactive at Florida State with our Apex program. We were on the forefront of that and pushing that program, helping provide the education for our student athletes. I'm grateful for the state of Florida and the proactive approach that we've had as a state in being able to push this and really change the entire dynamic of college sports. And for these guys, they are now their own business, and building that brand and understanding what they want that to represent, beyond just the collegiate opportunity that they have, but being able to manage and make the decisions of where they want to invest that time, what they're looking to do that might benefit in the short term, but also the things that they're still continuing to invest for what they want to do in the long term as college football players, as student athletes, as the men that they're growing and developing to be. So for us, it's all about the educational aspect of it, and I'm excited about the opportunities that have been provided for our guys, some of the things that they're already getting to benefit from here in a short period of time. But I think it's exceptional for them, and it's exciting for what the future holds.
Coach, we thank you. We'll switch places now with Jermaine, so you can have a seat, and we'll bring Jermaine Johnson up to the podium. Same routine, folks in the room. If you would, please identify yourselves and the agency that you are with, and we'll get a couple of minutes with each of our student athletes. Jermaine, as you get settled, we're going to start on the right side, about 5-6 rows in. Gentleman in the red shirt.
How you doing, Jermaine? Cortland Griffin with three-point conversion. You leave a program in Georgia that has a rich history of pass rushers. You come to Florida State that has also a rich history of pass rushers. What do you feel like as an edge rusher that you bring to this defense?
I feel with my experience on multiple levels and just my experience playing the game for this length of time, I feel like I just bring experience to the table. Like Coach said, we had a lot of young guys. We're the youngest team last year, and I feel like a lot of experience and also technique. And I like to value myself as a technician because first thing I learned getting on this level is a lot of guys will match your skill set and your talent level. So the thing that sets you apart is your technique, and how serious you approach that can determine how far you go in the game. So I think I bring a technician aspect, experience aspect, and just a leadership role overall.
Jermaine, right in front of you there in the front row.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Coming from Georgia, why was Florida State the right fit for you? Why did this one make the most sense?
That guy right there, Coach Norvell, he called me, and everything he said just made sense. And he believed in who I was as a man. He believed in who I was as a player, and he believed in who I could be. And I feel like we share those values. And I couldn't wait to get here and give everything I had to him and this program. And every day I wake up happy, and I feel blessed that I'm able to give all I have to this program. It just feels like it's right. It feels like it was made for me, and I'm just blessed to be in the position I am.
Just keep it there on the left side, about the fourth row. Gentlemen getting ready to stand up.
Hey, Jermaine. John Eads with Orange Fizz. You've had kind of a crazy, unique journey in college, starting at Independence, and you're coming from UGA now. Are you ready to be the guy on the Florida State defense after kind of being a contributor at UGA?
Of course. Like I said, I'm just looking to give everything I can to this team, be available in any way I can, and whatever coach or whatever my teammates ask of me, I just hope that I can do and deliver for them.
Jermaine, I'll ask you a question from the podium here. You have seen a great deal of change over your last 3 years. What is it about yourself that you have learned through all of this change?
What you believe is what you believe. Your thoughts are very powerful, and what you choose to think, that's what will become a reality for you. So just tuning out the outside noise, good or bad, having a strong foundation and a sense of who you are as a person, and in my case, as a man. And I feel like that has carried me through all of my triumphs and everything else.
Thank you. Your last question, Jermaine, right side, almost in the very back.
Jermaine, Ira Schofel, warchant.com. How much have you enjoyed this opportunity to lead younger players? And it's probably a unique position for you to be one of the elder statesmen on a team.
For sure. I love it. I love it. I wake up every day, like I said, I feel blessed. Coach Norvell told me what I was walking into in terms of a role that I had to step up and be that guy and influence and lead other guys. And I don't take that lightly. He's trusting me with an incredible role. My teammates trust me with an incredible role every day. So I can't have a bad day. I can't come in and be flat. I have to come in and, like I said, give my all to this team on and off the field. Tons of things nobody sees. You just have to do the right thing and push the right things forward for your team. So I'm just glad that I am in this position, and I'm blessed. I'm truly blessed. That's all I can say.
Jermaine, thank you. We'll have you switch places now with McKenzie, and we'll have McKenzie spend a few minutes.
Thank you.
McKenzie, we've already got two hands in the air, so as you get settled, McKenzie, we will go with the right side, and we'll have our microphone holder just pick.
McKenzie, first off, welcome back to college football.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You and McCreath, Herb FM Sports Radio. McKenzie, I know you've talked about the road coming back, but can you share with us maybe some trials and some triumphs that you've had along the way in this journey leading you ultimately to Florida State?
Yeah, you know, it's been a long time since November of 2018, and you know, just a number of surgeries, infection in the leg, just a lot of ups and downs. You know, just a lot of ups and downs. But you know, I'm grateful that you know, back at UCF, I had a great medical staff, and then I feel like the biggest moment for me where I saw, like, you know, light at the end of the tunnel was just being able to go out there and practice again last year. That was probably the most fun I had in college football. Just yeah, you know, just getting back out there with the guys. Something I won't take for granted again. And then just having this opportunity to come to Florida State, play for Coach Norvell, just everything that he's about, everything this program's about, man, it's something you couldn't write up, so I'm definitely grateful for this opportunity.
McKenzie, we'll keep it at about the same place, the gentleman just behind him.
Cortland Griffin, three-point conversion. McKenzie, so yesterday we had your business partner, Derek King, up. You guys have been spearheading the Dreamfield Corporation that you guys started with the NIL. Can you talk about your impact and what you think on your side that you bring to that and the outreach to college athletes with the NIL ruling?
Yeah, you know, just Derek and I, you know, we're older heads in this college football game, so I think, you know, just being part of Dreamfield is just giving us the opportunity to think about life after football, and at the same time, you know, help educate these college athletes on, you know, filing taxes, you know, setting their market rate for what they feel their value is, and, you know, getting in contact with local businesses, whether it's, you know, just an autograph signing, to get connected to fans, or, you know, get some free food and things like that. Just you know, just little things that, you know, we weren't able to capitalize off before. Just being able to see that's been pretty cool the past couple weeks, and you know, I'm excited to see what, you know, these college athletes, you know, what they run and do with it, whether it's making podcasts, YouTube videos, YouTube channels, you know, their own merchandise, whatever it is, you know, it's something pretty cool. Like Coach said, you're becoming your own business and your own brand. So that's something to take into consideration when you're 18 years old, and you know, now I'm 23, going to be 24 here in a few months. But yeah, and it's an exciting time in college football for sure.
McKenzie, right in front of you to your left.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. McKenzie, for you, everything that you've been through, I know you talked about it a little bit, but what were maybe some of those turning point moments that you can go back to, those pillars, to get back to standing here today and playing college football again? And secondly, some of those people along the way that you want to credit for helping you.
Oh, man. I mean, there's so many people that have helped me through this process. First one that comes to mind, Mary Vanderheiden, the head AT at UCF, Dr. Bruce Levy, my surgeon out at Rochester and Mayo. But I mean, there's so many people, just assistant trainers, student trainers, like darn near everybody got their hands on my leg at some point at UCF and even at FSU. I would say the biggest thing for me at first was just getting the range of motion back in my knee, just feeling comfortable enough to go out. If I were to get bent up on the football field, I would feel comfortable taking a hit or something like that. And then, like I said earlier, just being able to get out there and run scout team last year at UCF, just being able to practice, get my feet wet, feel comfortable running, cutting, throwing, getting live bullets at me, the defense, rushing me and whatnot. Just being able to do that, those are big pillars for me. Those were big steps for me. And then obviously going through spring ball, competing at a high level, and just doing that and just going through summer workouts feeling good this past year, just, not missing days, not feeling like, oh man, I can't do this today because, my leg's too sore. I feel like I'm right where I need to be in terms of health. And, shout out to my mom too. She's been here every step of the way since I got hurt every day. She's been living with me. And, there's days, I couldn't bathe myself and stuff like that. So, that's something I'll never be able to repay her for. But yeah, shout out to mom.
McKenzie, thank you. We'll ask you to trade places with Jordan, and Jordan will offer us some final words here today for Florida State. And Jordan, your first question is going to come third row to your left.
Bob Halliday, WRL.com, Jordan. Offensive line has been something of a question mark at Florida State really for several years. But here in 2021, the Seminoles have 73 aggregate starts in the offensive line. As a playmaker like yourself, how will that translate into helping you make plays?
The offensive line, I got to give a shout out to them because they've been working very hard this offseason. Every single day they go out 100%. We do player-ran practices. They're out there every single day just going full speed. So I'm blessed to have them. And yeah, of course, the offensive line, it starts there in the trenches. We can't do anything without the offensive line, so I'm thankful for them boys.
Jordan, as we get ready for your second question, if you'll take about a half step to the mic. Thank you, sir. Next question right in front of you.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Jordan, for you to come into this season, having McKenzie come in, how have you kind of played off of one another? What can you say about the competition, and how do you improve McKenzie? How does McKenzie improve you?
First off, I got to give a shout out to McKenzie also. That boy, he works hard every day. He's been through a lot. I've been looking up to him for many years now. Just seeing where he's came from, I'm blessed to have him here. So I'm ready to work with him. And if I'm next to him, if I'm behind him, I'm thankful for every opportunity I have. I'm thankful to be at Florida State. So, there.
Jordan, to your right, about the fifth row, right in the middle.
Ewan McCreath, Herb FM Sports Radio. Jordan, looking back at last year, you guys were 111th in red zone efficiency. How do you kind of take the realms and improve that? What's going to be the key this year?
We just got to keep getting better. There's nothing else to it. We just got to get better. Last year was last year. It was a tough year. We went through a lot. But this year, we've been working hard. Every day we go out there and we're just working hard and we're getting better. So this year is our year for sure.
Jordan, a question from here at the podium. You're a Seminole scholar, so I'm curious to know what's the balance in keeping academic and football straight and level and on a high level?
My parents did a great job with that, just forcing me every single day, just even in elementary school, middle school, just go home and studying is the main, like school is first. We're student athletes. So school is important to me. My brother went to Florida State, and he had all A's and B's. I'm not there yet, but he's been pushing me just to get better every day. So, yes, sir.
Anything else for Jordan from the floor? We have one more. We'll take you to the fourth row. Gentleman in the who's standing up to identify himself to get the mic. There we go. Thank you.
Hey Jordan, John Eads with Orange Fizz. Can you kind of detail some of the struggles you had switching from Coach Taggart's system to Coach Norvell's system, especially without spring practice?
I'm just thankful to have Coach Norvell here and Coach Dillingham. The transformation, it wasn't tough. I transferred from Louisville at first, so my brother has always taught me just to be ready for change, and change is good sometimes, so I'm thankful I have the coaches here now because they've helped me a ton. A year ago today, I didn't know if I even wanted to play football anymore. These coaches came in, and I love the game again, and I can't wait to get back on the field.
Jordan, thank you. Florida State, we appreciate it. Good luck this season.
Thank you guys very much.
Folks, Boston College is due up in the room next at 10:30.